Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, my dear Bruce. We will start in 5 minutes. Thank you for being on time. Hare Krishna. Good evening.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama.
Rama Hare Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ramo Hare Krishna
Krishna
Amo na pag na mag-iba man si Dudut.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We'll start 7:05 exactly. Thank you for being on time. Just enjoy the kirtan. Haribol.
Krishna
Yan, nakamute pala ako. Ulitin ko. Good evening, Hare Krishna. Hello, hello. Mike Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Nice to see you again. Raymond Prabhu from Bicol, Hare Krishna. Ron Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Rolly Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Mark Prabhu, Hare Krishna. And Christine Mataji, Hare Krishna. And for sure, some other students will join in a few. But sana hindi nyo pa nakakalimutan for those who attended previous classes natin, previous courses, ang ating palaging paulit-ulit and gusto natin ma-instill sa heart natin na we always approach our spiritual life, approach our material life, and our daily lives in the mood of humility, in the mood of request. So join me as we recite the invocation mantras, the mantras to glorify our spiritual teachers, because only by them that we learn and we were able to be in touch with this spiritual knowledge. And I'm sure you will agree, it changed our life. So if you could hear me muna, and if you could see Cash rules everything around me, isang raise ng hands or you can type yes. I can like. Yes. Hare Krishna Jinki Mataji. Good evening. Yes, 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 yes. So for those you don't, for those who know this, cash rules everything around me. Dollar bills, yeah. That's coming from a famous song. So join me as we recite the famous invocation prayers for the spiritual teachers. Om Agyanatimirandasya Jananjana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvya eva cha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivashade Gaura Bhakta Brinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So good evening, magandang gabi. And thank you for being there, letting me do my service to you. And first of all, I will beg for the blessings for my dear devotees, Bhaktas and Bhaktins, our Prabhus and Matajis, so that I may able to share something beneficial for everyone and for myself as well. And welcome sa ating Krishna Lila series entitled The Cash Rules Everything Around Me. This is, of course, coming from Krishna Lilas, pastimes of Lord Krishna, coming from this book, The Krishna, Supreme Personality of Godhead. And it is bundled here. If you don't have it yet, sobrang ganda basahin yan every evening. You can read it for your family, for yourself. And we only wish palagi na mapanaginipan natin si Krishna. So isang sound check, isang video check, isang slide check tayo, isang like if you could hear me, if you could see, And if you could see the slides. Yan. Because everything's fluctuating now. Yung internet ko medyo naglalaro-laro. Thank you very much. Hmm. So we have guide questions palagi for us to be able to track how can we benefit from Krishna's pastimes and also how to relate it sa daily lives natin. Ating guide questions. So you can answer for yourselves. You can write it down if you wish. It will help a lot. So you can introspect after. Guide questions, how important is money in your life? Gano'n siya ka-importante? And if ever you were wondering, where does money came from? And saan ba siya papunta? Kasi it seems, pag dumating sa kamay ko, sa palad ko, kaching-kaching lang. It goes somewhere else. Diba? Pag dumaan na si um, Shopee sale o kaya Lazada sale, nawawala sila. Hindi ko alam kung saan napupunta. And if I have money, what to do now? Ano kailangan mong gawin? Paano nga ba? Paano ba ang money literacy? Paano ba magkaroon ng emotional wallet, yung mga ibang terminology, modern terms nila? Or how to best use yung money natin. We call it, sa mga practicing devotees, they call it Lakshmi. So, without further ado, we would go to the pastimes of Shri Krishna. If you could remember, Krishna stayed in Vrindavan during his childhood times. Pero nung medyo may age na siya, teenager of course, late teens niya, he stayed he spent more of his life sa Dwarka, sa kingdom ng kanyang biological, pero yung real father and mother niya. Si Vasudev si Devaki. Yung foster parents niya sino makakasagot? Sino ang parents ni Krishna sa Vrindavan? Starts with N and Y. Mother niya Y, father niya N. May premyo kapag nasagot nila.
Prabhu si Nanda Maharaj.
And
Si Mother Yasoda.
Jai. Sige. May premyo ayan. Naunahan ka, Raymond, sayang. Mas mabilis talaga pag nag-mic. Yeah, si Nanda Maharaj, si Nanda, and si Mother Yashoda. Siya yung foster parents na nung nasa Vrindavan. When Krishna came to Dwarka, sinundo siya ni Akrura, yung kanyang tito. Yung parents niya nakasama niya na uli doon. Of course, pinatay na niya yung tito doon, si Kamsa. This time, at yung timeline nung pinag-uusapan natin. And he was with Devaki and Vasudev. So during this time, nasa kingdom sila palagi kasi there was relative niya, si King Ugrasena. And maraming mga kings dun sa paligid na yon. And one of the kings there is King Satrajit. King Satrajit is an avid worshipper of Surya, Vivashvan, or what we call sun god. So yung mga nag-Surya Namaskar dyan, they worship Surya. They offer puja, they offer homages. Yung mga yogi natin, nag-Surya Namaskar. Hindi ko alam kung A or B, basta nag-Surya Namaskar sila. It's just offering a namaskar, a pranam, a prayer, offering it to Surya, the demigod who is in charge of the sun. Actually, yung sun na nakita natin, this is the one wheel sa chariot ni Surya. This is Surya. And meron siyang 7 horses. So one wheel lang yan. So it's a long topic if we discuss about the cosmologies. It is actually written in the 5th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam. A very detailed cosmology, Vedic cosmology. So, si Satrajit, he worships Surya. And sobrang devotee siya ni demigod Surya. Naging close na sila. And dahil napiplease niya palagi si Surya, he gave a benediction, he gave a gift. Si Surya nagbigay ng gift kay Satrajit. Ano tong gift na to? It is a jewel. And this jewel is very different because pag suot mo to, you will look like the sun god himself. And sobrang kakaiba tong jewel na to kasi kaya niya mag-produce ng 170 pounds ng gold. So imagine that. Lahat ng utang ng Pilipinas masasolve na sa ilang araw lang. Baka isang araw lang, 170. Ano, sa ilang araw. So, si Surya, binigyan si Satrajit ng tawag dito sa jewel na to is Syamantaka. Syamantaka jewel. So, ang ginawa ni Satrajit, sobrang saya niya. Gusto niyang i-flaunt, pag malaki. Yung jewel na to, nilagay niya sa locket and ginawa niya kwintas. And everywhere he goes, he used this jewel. He flaunted. And umiilaw siya. Sobrang effulgent niya. And yung mga tao akala siya si Surya or si Vivashvan. Dahil lang sa jewel na yon. Kala siya yung sun god. And lahat, andito si Surya. Andito sa kingdom natin si Surya. And in Dwarka, alam nila ng mga tao doon na si Krishna yung Supreme Personality of Godhead. And dinadalaw siya ng mga demigods. Normal na dalawin si Krishna. Si Krishna yun eh. Ng mga great personalities, devotees, and demigods. They offer something. So, si King Satrajit pumunta sa Dwarka. And people are talking, andyan si Surya. Malamang nadalawin nila si Krishna. Tapos pinag-uusapan talaga lahat. Hindi niya sinasabi na hindi siya si Surya. Naglalakad lang siya doon. Then umabot yung balita kay Krishna. Si Krishna, he's just laughing, smiling, kasi he's all-knowing. Everyone knows doon sa Dwarka na si Surya yon. Pero sabi ni Krishna, it is just Satrajit, King Satrajit. Don't make it a big scene. Pero, kakaiba yung senaryo pala kasi hindi dadalawan ni Satrajit si Krishna. Rather, pupunta lang sa isang temple si Satrajit para ipa-worship yung Syamantaka jewel. Kumuha siya ng mga priest, ng mga brahmana, worshipin niyo to. Nilagay niya sa altar as worship. Kasi daw, kaya niya mag-produce ng 170 pounds of gold. I don't know if ilang kilo yon. Last time I checked, 1 gram ng gold is 2,500. So, kung sinong accounting natin dito, may accounting ba tayo? Accountant ba tayo? Hindi ko lang kung ilang peso isang araw kaya niya i-produce. So, solve lahat yon. Imagine kung meron ka nito, di ba? Of course, alam ng mga tao yung nangyayari. And Satrajit is being overpowered by this Syamantaka jewel. He didn't took darshan or imit niya si Krishna, hindi. Nakafocus lang siya dun sa jewel and sa pag-worship ng jewel. So what happened is si Krishna, dahil sa etiquette ng Vaishnava etiquette, sa Vedic etiquette, he told Satrajit, why don't you offer it to the king, King Ugrasena, which is higher than him? Diba? Then, they will take care of it. So, everyone will be benefited. Hindi lang siya. But since si Satrajit is being overpowered by this wealth, hindi niya pinapansin si Krishna. Baliwala sa kanya. This is actually an example ng isang less intelligent person. They are actually worshiping material things. You can see people are having big rooms para sa mga collection nila ng mga gamit. Diba? Air condition, maraming dehumidifier, naka-lock siya, tapos mga fireproof, tapos marami silang mga vault para doon. But check kung saan yung meron ba silang altar room sa bahay or even altar or any space, sacred space. Madalas wala. Mas gumastos sila dun sa parking lot nila kung saan nila itatago yung mga luxury cars. Mas gumastos sila dun sa mga vault and all. So we can see kung saan napupunta ang consciousness ng mga materialistic. Kaya tinatawag nila less intelligent person. But less intelligent, very basic. These are temporary. And these are also demigod worshippers, katulad si Satrajit. We don't disrespect the demigods. We pay obeisances sa kanila. We respect them. But we worship Krishna. Because yung mga demigods na to, they worship Krishna as well. Pero, yung mga demigods, they could give benediction. They could give easily yung wish ng isang worshipper niya. Kahit na ikakapahamak niya yon. So, maraming instances na gano'n sa scriptures na pinahamak sila nung boon sa kanila. Lumaki yung ulo nila, naging proud sila. And then, they will have to be killed sometimes by Krishna himself. So, ito yung quantities of gold na kayang i-produce ng Syamantaka jewel. Isang bara. No. Quantity of gold na mineasure nila by bara. So, total, 21 pounds ang isang bara and couple of it, not just couple of it, quantities of it is equal to 170 pounds of gold every day. So kapag meron daw na itong Syamantaka jewels, yung place na yun may radius of place, a big radius of that place, walang possibility of famine or mga ma-defame yung tao or maghirap yung mga nasa paligid. Kapag it is placed in the proper state and proper person. So, ito yung nangyari. Laging pinagmamalaki ni Satrajit yung Syamantaka jewel kasi it gave him fame. Kilala siya, tinitingnan siya ng mga tao, nakakasilaw siya. And even pinagkakamalan siya na siya si Surya. So, na-enjoy niya yung fame na yon. What happened is, may kapatid siya. May kapatid si Satrajit. Ang pangalan ng kapatid niya is si Prasena. Siyempre, yung kapatid niya, gusto niya rin i-flaunt yung Syamantaka jewel. Gusto niya rin ipagmalaki. So, sinuot niya yung Syamantaka jewel. Tapos, di lang siya naglakad. Diba? Gamit niya yung Harley Davidson niya. Gumamit siya ng kabayo. That time. Gumamit siya ng kabayo. Tapos, nag-iikot-ikot siya dun sa kingdom, sa Dwarka. Para ipagmalaki yun. Then, one time, dumaan siya sa forest. Napunta siya sa forest. I don't know bakit siya pumunta doon kung kanino niya ipapagmalaki yung Syamantaka jewel. Pero dumaan siya sa forest, suot niya yung Syamantaka jewel. Only thing is, sa forest, maraming wild animals. So, may isang wild animal doon na nakita siya as prey. Isang lion, big lion. Walang laban si Prasenna, yung kapatid ni Satrajit, and he was killed by this lion. And even yung horse niya, pinatay nung lion na yon. So he was killed, Prasenna and the horse was killed in the forest. Yung lion matalino. Kinuha yung jewel. Nung kinuha yung jewel, umalis. Umalis dun sa crime scene kung saan niya pinatay yung kapatid ni Satrajit, kapatid ng king. What happened is, sa isang kuweba, merong isang king of the jungle. We all know, ang kala natin sa modern age is, ang king of the jungle is lion. Pero hindi. Namaya malalaman natin bakit. So, may king of the jungle doon. Isang bear. And he's been around even hundreds and thousands of years before. Actually, kasama siya sa pastime ni Lord Ramachandra. So, ibang yugas na yun. Matagal na yun. Umabot siya rito sa pastime ni Krishna. Narinig niya na may pinatay nga na kapatid ng king. And may lion na pumatay. So lumabas siya. Hinanap niya yung lion na yon. And in that lion, yung encounter niya dun sa lion, easily, by bare hands, wala siyang hawak na weapon, pinatay niya yung lion. Easily, very easy. So yung pinatay niya yung lion, kinuha niya yung jewel, yung Syamantaka jewel. So from Satrajit, napunta kay Prasena, napunta sa lion, napunta sa king of the jungle, which is isang bear na ang pangalan ay Jambavan. Si Jambavan, siya na yung may hawak ng Syamantaka jewel. So ngayon, this time, ang tagal na nawawala ni Prasena. Ngayon, na-upset si Satrajit. Sabi niya, ano nangyari dito kay Prasena? Tapos iniisip niya, kanina sinabi ni Krishna na i-offer kay Ugrasena, King Ugrasena yung Samantaka Jewel. Feeling ko si Krishna may kagawan. Siya yung nag-set up nito na mawala si Prasena, yung kapatid ko, para doon makuha niya yung Samantaka Jewel. So he was poisoned by this thinking. And even si Krishna, na everyone knows na siya yung Supreme Personality of Godhead, pinag-isipan niya na siya yung nag-set up. Siya yung nag-create and nag-arrange para mawala si Prasena, para makuha yung Samantaka Jewel. Nag-iisip ng gano'n si Satrajit against kay Krishna. So this news, dumating kay Krishna and he doesn't want this kind of news. Kasi it brings disturbance sa paligid. Ang ginawa niya, he got his weapons, his horse, and few of his associates dun sa Dwarka Kingdom. Hinanap nila si Prasena. He wants to clear his name kasi it's not a good thing na may maninira na tao. And he wants to give a lesson kay Satrajit. So una nila nakita yung dead body ni Prasena. Nakita rin nila yung cow. Yung horse na patay doon. Then hinanap nila and it looks like na ang pumatay ay isang lion. Nakita nila na, parang lion yung pumatay dito. Hinanap nila kung nasaan yung lion na yun. And when they trace kung nasaan yung lion na yun, nakita nila, patay na rin yung lion. Nakita nilang patay na yung lion. Sabi nila, sino gumawa na ito? And they saw, walang weapon na ginamit para patayin yung lion. He was killed by bare hands. Ng isang bear. Bare hands ng isang bear. So, nakita nila na bear yung pumatay. So, may nakita silang tunnel. Hindi lang siya basta cave. It's a big tunnel. So, malayo yung papasukan. Then, may mga kasama si Krishna, yung mga kasa-associate niya sa Dwarka. They were afraid kasi nakita nila pinatay si Prasena. Pinakita nila lion yung pumatay. Tapos, sino yung papatay sa lion? So, si Krishna, of course, he's the all-knowing one. He went inside. Sige, dito lang kayo. Iwan kayo dyan. I'll go inside myself. Then when he went inside, nakita niya, si Jambavan kasi, yung nakuha niya yung Syamantaka Jewel, wala siyang pakialam doon, hindi siya attracted. Actually, he's a devotee of Lord Ram, si Ramachandra, which is Krishna himself in the different yugas, different times. So, hindi siya attached sa material things. Ginawa lang niya doon sa jewel na yon, pinalaro niya sa anak niya. So, during this time, si Krishna parating na, yung anak ni Jambavan, naglalaro doon sa Syamantaka Jewel. Hindi ko alam pa, baka pinantatouching niya o pinampipiko niya yung Syamantaka Jewel. Asa lang pakialam. So, nakita ni Krishna and lumapit si Krishna doon sa bata na yun, sa anak ni Jambavan. Then, si Jambavan, meron siyang mga helper, mga nurse, nung anak niya. And the nurse was in panic kasi akala nila, sasaktan yung anak ni Jambavan kasi si Krishna nandun. Hindi nila alam si Krishna actually. Tapos may tao na nandun. Then, nagpanic siya, sumisigaw siya, baka saktan yung anak ni Jambavan or kunin yung jewel na yon. Nagsumbo sila kay Jambavan. So si Jambavan, nag-ayos, lumabas, nakita niya na may tao na kinakausap yung anak niya and wanted to get the Syamantaka jewel. Since si Jambavan ay devotee ni Krishna himself, ni Lord Ram previous times, but he was angry he was angry that time kasi niisip niya na yung anak niya in danger. hindi niya nakilala si Krishna. Because of that anger. Because of that anger, nagkaroon ng covering or illusion si Jambavan. And hinamon niya si Krishna ng fight, ng isang laban. Sabi nga sa Bhagavad Gita actually, one should take care and be careful na masakop tayo ng three gates of hell: lust, anger, and greed. And si Jambavan was covered by anger. Thinking na kailangan niya protektahan yung anak niya. Then, there was a time na kailangan niya makipaglaban kay Krishna. Of course, si Krishna. Alam niyo, bata pa lang siya, even he was a baby, he was killing demons. And what more pa dito, full grown na siya. Easily for him, he could fight. He wanted to fight, actually. So, si Krishna, easily, yes. Wala na kailangan pag-usapan pa. First, nag-aaban sila ni Jambavan, si Krishna, using weapons. So, they were using weapons. Kung nakikita nyo, may club. Naglalaban sila ni Jambavan sa ni Krishna. After mawala yung mga weapons na yon, nadurog yung mga weapons, sobrang grabe yung hampasan. And pag strike nila sa bawat isa, they use trees. Ay, first stones muna. They will get boulders of stones, hinampas nila sa bawat isa, binabato nila. Naubos yung stones sa paligid, nadurog na lahat. Ito yung nakikita niyo sa picture. Nag-uproot sila ng tree. Binubunot nila sa lupa yung mga tree. Tapos hinampas nila sa bawat isa. Tapos madudurog yun. Buburot uli ng isa, madudurog uli yun pag hinampas. Naghahampasan lang sila. Hanggang maubos yung trees sa paligid. Kung nakita niyo sa picture, ito, ubos na yung trees. Nung wala na yon, bare hands na lang din. Bawat hampas nila parang thunderbolts. Sobrang lakas. Niyayanig yung paligid. And yung laban nila hindi lang 3 rounds parang sa UFC or hindi lang 12 rounds parang sa boxing. 28 days, day and night, walang break, walang water break. Dire-diretso lang sila naglalaban ni Jambavan sa ni Krishna. And Krishna was just smiling, fighting. He's enjoying this. Day and night. And without stopping, without sleeping even. Then, umabot na yung mga time na sobrang tagal na. Si Jambavan, he knew na siya yung pinaka-malakas na entity that time. Galing niya siya sa ibang times, sobrang lakas niya. But this time, umabot na ng 28 days. He just killed yung lion ng few seconds lang. Napaisip na siya. And he mentioned, although Jambavan was the strongest living entity of that time, practically all the joints of his bodily limbs became slackened and his strength was reduced practically to nil. For he was struck constantly by the fist of Shri Krishna. Feeling very tired with perspiration all over his body, Jambavan was astonished. Who was this opponent who was fighting so hard with him? Jambavan was quite aware of his own superhuman bodily strength. But when he felt tired from being struck by Krishna, he could understand that Krishna was no one else but his worshipable Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This incident has special significance for devotees. I'll show you this. This incident has special significance for devotees. In the beginning, Jambavan could not understand Krishna because his vision was obscured by material attachment. Yung attachment niya dun sa Syamantaka jewel. He was attached to his boy and to the greatly and valuable Syamantaka jewel, which he did not want to spare for Krishna. In fact, when Krishna came there, he was angry, thinking that Krishna had come to take away the jewel. This is the material position. Although one is very strong in body, that cannot help him understand Krishna. So hindi porket mayaman, edukado tayo, or may masteral ka, or may PhD ka, automatic maintindihan mo na si Krishna. It is not measured by material position, in education, in status in society, or even in wealth. Rather, it might be a hindrance. Parang nangyari kay Jambavan. Na-cover siya dahil dun sa attachment niya. Na even si Krishna, yung worshipable Lord niya, hindi niya nakilala. So this happened. And habang nangyayari yon, na-realize na ni Jambavan, teka, 28 days na ako nakipaglaban. Masakit na lahat tapos nangihina na ako. Iba to. And he realized na si Krishna himself yung kalaban niya. Then he started to pray. Parang nangyari kay Arjuna and the other devotees. They surrendered. My dear Lord, sabi ni Jambavan, I can now understand who you are. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, the source of everyone's strength, wealth, reputation, beauty, wisdom, and renunciation. This 6 is actually the um, qualification para malaman natin na one is God. All of this, kailangan may extreme, unlimited source ng strength, wealth, reputation, beauty, wisdom, and renunciation. On the highest level, and lahat meron siya. So that will be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Demigods will be one or few of this, or even people will be the strongest pero hindi sila pinakamaganda or hindi sila pinakamayaman. Iba sobrang ganda pero wala silang money. Iba sobrang talino pero hindi sila maganda. So iba-iba. Pero if one have this in the maximum level, si Krishna. He continued, not only are you the creator of the creators, because some of the demigods are secondary creators, but he created the demigods as well. But you are also the creator of the material elements, which the so-called creators manipulate. The demigods manipulate the planets, just like Surya, and they also manipulate the elements, which is the stones, the gemstones, the crystals. It is just elements na minamanipulate ng demigods. The demigods are worshiping Krishna. So he's the extreme, the source of all source, and the creator of the all creators. I was praying, and he continually pray to Krishna na siya yung Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is a devotee of him. So with this mood, Krishna was so pleased. And ang ginawa niya, he rubbed his lotus palms sa katawan ni Jambavan. And all the pains from their fighting, all the joint pains, all the muscle pains, nawala. Na-relieve si Jambavan. Actually, si Krishna, meron siyang desire to fight. Hindi niya magagawa yun sa spiritual world. Sa Goloka Vrindavan or sa Braj. Kasi everything there is worship, loving relationship kay Krishna. Walang fighting doon. I mean, physical fight. He want to spar, he want to fight. So, that's why he can only do that in this material earth. Yung mga nakakalaban niya is his great devotee as well. Yung bawat suntok kay Krishna, sinusuntok din si Krishna doon. Diba? Minsan may dugo lumalabas din. Pero it's just a massage para kay Krishna. He's letting his devotees massage him. Yes, sometimes mukhang na-incarnate sila as demon, pero they were devotees of Krishna. Yung iba, na-curse naman sila, pero si Krishna sinave sila afterwards. Pero Jambavan was a devotee of Krishna. And he served Krishna through fulfilling yung desire ni Krishna to have this relationship sa kanyang devotee. At the same time, in the humble mood, afterwards, Jambavan prayed, and he was pleased in the mood of humility, in the mood of request. What he did, na-realize ni Jambavan na si Krishna yung kalaban niya. He is a great devotee of Krishna. Then he got the Syamantaka jewel. He humbly gave it to Krishna. I think ito yung kailangan mo, Krishna. And Krishna, of course, explained na ito yung nangyari, ba't ko hinahanap yung Syamantaka jewel. Di Satrajit na nagkakalat ng masama tungkol sa akin because he was intoxicated by this material wealth na iniisip niya na ako yung nagdahilan bakit namatay si Persena, yung kapatid niya. I'm just giving him a lesson. I'll give it back to him. So si Jambavan, inoffer yung Syamantaka jewel. He was detached with it. He's really a devotee. And even offered his daughter, si Jambavati, to be married kay Krishna. So dalawa sila. Yung Syamantaka jewel and si Jambavati. So habang nangyayari to, yung 28 days na fight na yon, yung mga kasama ni Krishna from Dwarka na nag-antay sa labas ng kuweba, nainip sila. And after just few days, umuwi na sila sa Dwarka. And everyone in Dwarka, including their parents, parents ni Krishna, his parents, yung parents ni Krishna, si Devaki and si Vasudev, nag-worry sila. Ay sinatastise nila yung mga kasama ni Krishna. Bakit iniwanan si Krishna doon? What happened? 'Di ba? Tapos sobrang worried nila. Nagdadasal sila sa mga ibang demigods na to help them find Krishna, bring Krishna back. And other demigods were pleased. Of course, they know what happened. Lagi nila pinapanood si Krishna kapag may mga laban si Krishna doon. And they were pleased with the humility of these Dwarka residents. Ano, don't worry, sabi ng isang goddess, Krishna will come back. And as she says that, dumating na si Krishna together with Jambavati, his new wife. And what happened is, sinalubong sila, of course, with love and devotion. Sinalubong si Krishna and si Jambavati, and they created a big ceremony to welcome Krishna, to welcome him back after almost a month, 28 days, na nawala si Krishna. Then, habang may ceremony, in-invite lahat ng mga kings nearby, kasama si King Satrajit, yung original na binigyan ng Syamantaka jewel ni Surya. So when everyone was gathering in the hall ng kingdom sa Dwarka, Krishna was there and Krishna gave the Syamantaka jewel to Satrajit. I believe this belongs to you. And Satrajit was very ashamed. He was just looking down, trying to receive them. Kasi alam niya na siniraan niya si Krishna. And nalaman niya kung ano nangyari. Na si Prasenna, yung kapatid niya, kinuha nga yun, then napatay siya ng isang lion, tapos kinuha ng bear, which is si Jambavan. And si Krishna, kinuha niya sa king of the jungle, na si Jambavan, for 28 days. So nahihiya ng todo si Satrajit. Kinuha niya yung jewel and he just exited. Nung nasa bahay na siya, he was so ashamed and lagi niyang iniisip, nag-iisip siya ng paraan, anong dapat kong gawin to clean up yung mess na ginawa ko. Siniraan ko si Krishna. I was thinking about this. I was illusioned. Then naisip niya, I should offer this, katulad ng sabi ni Krishna, kay Ugrasena, the king, para mas benefit lahat, not being so selfish. And in that way also, he wanted to offer yung anak niya na si Satyabam kay Krishna to be Krishna's wife. Then, right after, pumunta si Satyabam and si Krishna, si Satrajit kay Krishna. And they offered the Syamantaka jewel, and Satrajit offered Satyabam, this is the picture, with the humble mood, in the mood of request. And what happened is, Lord Krishna, being pleased with Satrajit, informed him that he did not have any need of the Syamantaka jewel. It is better to let it remain in the temple as you have kept it. He said, and every one of us will derive benefit from the jewel kasi para sa buong society. Because of the jewel's presence in the Dwarka, there will be no more famines and disturbance created by pestilence or excessive heat and cold. So he was pleased and he received Satyabam, and the Syamantaka jewel is being offered, the result of the Syamantaka jewel being offered to everyone. So there's a big lesson in these different angles ng storya. Yes, Syamantaka jewel is so precious, but it may, and most of the time, Sinasabi nga nila, nakakasilaw. Maraming story about this. Marami kang makikilala when they become rich, nagiging arrogant na sila, not just proud. Nagiging ibang tao na sila because of this. And then, we know na it is just because of the opulence they receive or they work for. But Krishna is so merciful because materialistic persons who can achieve such huge quantities of gold are not interested in Krishna consciousness. They are so in comfort sa buhay nila. Diba? Eat, drink, and be merry. Sometimes. Therefore, to show special favor, Krishna takes away one's great accumulations of materialistic wealth and thus makes one a great devotee. Si Krishna naman may-ari lahat nun eh. And what is the use? It will be taken away from us even at the time of death. So, kay Krishna, easily. Why? Why not, bakit pa papatagalan? So, he could take it away and maybe hoping na may ma-realize yung person na yun. And he become a devotee of Krishna by different arrangement. Because having this overpowering wealth in the Bhagavad Gita is mentioned, 16.13 to 15, one can develop a demoniac characteristic. As we know, lahat tayo may demoniac, our demons are within us. Dati, nasa ibang planets, napunta sa ibang bansa, nasa ibang paligid natin or sa loob ng bahay. Ngayong sa Kali Yuga, all the demons are also inside us. Depende lang kung sino man nanalo palagi. You have to battle with your own demon palagi. So our demons could be dominant sa real self natin, sa higher self natin. It is mentioned the demonic person thinks, so much wealth do I have today? Now I will gain more according to my schemes. So much is mine now, and it will increase in the future more and more. He is my enemy, and I have killed him, and my other enemies will also be killed. And I am the Lord of everything. I am the enjoyer, I am perfect, powerful, and happy. I am the richest man, surrounded by aristocratic relatives. There is none so powerful and happy as I am. I shall perform sacrifices. I shall give some charity. Then thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance. Krishna was explaining this to Arjuna. Ano daw nagagawa nung overpowering ng material energy, which is kay Krishna rin galing. And one could raise his demoniac characteristic because of this. We witnessed that, we heard of that, how it came to the result ng pagkakuha ni Satyajit. Bigla siyang na-overpower ng wealth, na-overpower ng having this Syamantaka jewel. And what happened is, pinagayabang lang niya yun. And he didn't even took darshan of Krishna. Nilagay niya yung sariling quarters, isang temple, just to take all the money, all the gold. And he enjoyed the fame. Diba? Nung nawala sa kanya yon, ang ginawa niya, nang bibintang kagad siya, which is si Krishna pa kagad. A big offense. Feeling ko si Krishna gumawa. Siya yung may interest dun eh. Siya yung gumawa ng scheme para makuha yon, mawala yung kapatid ko. So he was offensive with that. Just because hindi niya makuha. And people are crazy about this. They will over-endeavor to have this material wealth. Walang makakapigil sa kanila. Only na sa isip nila is cash rules everything around me. They want dollar bills, yeah. And ayun yung thinking nila. Sobrang attracted sila about money. Lahat na natitingnan sa paligid, money lang. Si Trina tumatawa. I don't know if you know the song. Pero ayun yung naisip niya. Puro money lang. Diba? Paano siya kikita? Sometimes, they don't have time for family. Sometimes, they will be rude to employees, to family members. Kaya nila i-burn yung mga bridges because What's the goal of life? Diba? Be rich. Diba? Retire early. Parang mga ganun. Diba? Lahat ng mga motivation, ni lahat, almost all, mga motivational speaker, everything will be measured by money. Success is measured by money. Diba? Solve your problems by being rich. So, ganon. Ganon sila. Over-endeavor. To the point na their life, the life air, their time, their energy, is just focus on that. And the wrong use of money makes one develop yung demonic characteristic. Actually, I was talking to one Chinese devotee, and he was saying, sa China, ang isang saying nila doon, you can, you will just be rich in 3 generation. You will work hard. Oh yes, mayaman ka na, tanda ka na. Doon na yung peak ng kayamanan mo. Then, they give it a posh life doon sa family members nila, sa anak nila. And yung mga anak nila, they will be spoiled. They don't know how to work hard. And yung work ethics and all. They'll be just living the life. They will flush everything, flex everything and all. Then, magkakaanak sila. Then, they will give the same money without the etiquette of how to work hard, how to use money and all. Until they finish all the money. Usually, 3 generation lang. Pero yung mga ibang mas matalino, they know how to use money materialistically. Diba? They will invest something, they will protect, they will overprotect, diba? Yung family natin, walang lalabas na kayamanan, mag-aasawa ka lang dun sa kabilang family, paikot-ikot lang yon. So that's true actually. When I was a nurse, ayun yung mga pasyente namin sa, student nurse ako ng pasyente namin sa mental hospital because that's the reason. They just marry each other in their own clan and a lot of chromosomes are affected. So, ayun yung mga nangyayari because just thinking na kailangan kong i-secure. They are so anxious, so much in fear for the future of their money. Diba? Baka mawala. Pag nawala, they're so frustrated kasi nawala yung possession nila. That's money. That's how money makes one really crazy if one doesn't know how to use this money. Actually, yung money is an expansion of Krishna in the form of Srimati Radharani, and Srimati Radharani expanded to Lakshmi. Siya yung partner ni Vishnu, which is expansion din ni Krishna. Vishnu, Lakshmi, Vishnu. So si Lakshmi, palagi niyang kasama, nag-serve siya kay Vishnu. Kung natandaan nyo, siya yung fortune. Kaya sa Bhagavad Gita, sure win na, obvious result, na mananalo sila Krishna kasi nandun si Krishna. Tapos kasama niya palagi si Lakshmi, fortune. With the great fortune, siya palagi mananalo. So, Lakshmi, money belongs to Krishna. Of course, everything belongs to Krishna. Specifically, money belongs to Krishna. You can notice Syamantaka Jewel's travels. Surya, Satrajit, Prasena, Lion, Jambavan. Pansinin niyo yung money, ganun lang din. Iikot lang siya. Diba? You cannot keep them long. Yes, you can actually keep it like for years, decades even. Pero ikot siya, di ba? Ma-expire yung money, kailangan ng bagong pera kasi hindi na pwede yon. Or ikot siya sa bangko pinapaikot nila yan. Di ba? You will gain point something percent pero ginagamit nila yung money mo. Or if you know how to use it, papaikotin mo sa stocks and all, umiikot yung money. And it brings karma with it. Sins. Kung saan dumadaan yan. The dirty money. Diba? If it was used in slaughterhouse, in brothels, in drugs, umiikot yun habang dumadaan yun, inakumilit niya yung mga money. So if galing sa madumi yung pera mo, you will know, you will experience it. But this rich person na mga medyo may culture, China, sa Africa, sa India, they know it even. They know how to cleanse this money. Diba? Kini-clean nila yon for the purpose na hindi nila masyado makuha. Of course, makukuha pa rin nila karma, pero at least onti lang. Mawala, kahit konti mawala. They use it for building roads, hospitals, education, mga churches. Diba? Kasi feeling nila, in this tinatawag na karma kanda, or I'll do something good, good thing will come back. And I will maintain this position, this lifetime and the next lifetime, mayaman lang ako. They wanted that. They wanted to clean. So that's actually, kahit di siya pag-usapan, nasa culture na yun. Yung mga Chinese people yung ginagawa yun. Kung nakikita nyo yung dami nagdo-donate, because they know how to use it. The only question is this is still material. Sobrang material pa rin yung nangyayari nun. You will receive good karma, and next life, ibo-born ka pa rin. Kasi ang dami mo pang good karma eh. Good credit eh. May bad karma din yon. Magkasama yon. You'll be born, you'll be born, you'll be born. You will die, you will die, you will die. So paulit-ulit yon. And a lot of sufferings were there. Happiness and distress as well. Pero yung money, mag-travel siya until it reach Krishna. Yung kanyang supreme destination. So it's almost 8. I will beg for some minutes for some extension. So Lakshmi will reach Krishna one way or the other. Pero ang isang spiritual na person, ano ba yung duty niya? If you're practicing a practicing yogi, you should even know this. Even yoga asana ka lang dapat. And even mas lalo na if one is practicing and aspiring to become a bhakta or a devotee. Na tayo yung maging instrument to bring Lakshmi to Krishna. So, if you have money, what to do now? What is the practical way? So, kung natandaan niyo tong slide na to, pakita ko sa inyo. Sana maganda memory niyo. It was sa chapter 17. Charity, nahati siya sa 3 gunas. Goodness, passion, and ignorance. Yung mga nasa mode of passion, they want to clean their money for some reasons. They will donate it in impure places. They will just donate. Hindi nila alam kung sino yung magagamit, para saan, ano. Just to say na donated by. Diba? In improper time, unworthy persons, hindi mo alam kung saan gagamitin. That's why we don't give money to the beggars, because we don't know where it will be used. Rather, we can use it in goodness or Krishna conscious, without proper attention and respect. Result, we'll gain karma din doon. Kasi kung paano ginamit yung money na yun, kasama tayo. Those in mode of passion, they want fame, donated by. Napakalaki. Mas mahal pa yung tarpaulin niya doon sa dinonate niya. They are looking for some results, kapalit. Either fame yan, money din, a return of favor. So, iba-iba. Or in a grudging mood, hindi niya gusto. Sabi na napilitan siya. Those who have donated in the mode of goodness, they give out of duty without expecting any return. Or minsan, silent lang, low-key lang sila. Hindi sila nagkapalata to a worthy person. Pero, ang highest is this one. One will donate sa mga brahmana or those who are Krishna conscious person because it will be used in Krishna conscious way. It will be directly served to Krishna, and it will be to make other soul know Krishna as well. So it's a win-win situation. Those who donated will gain not just pious activities or good karma. They will gain bhakti yoga. They're performing bhakti yoga right away because the money is the manifestation of their time and energy. It will be used indirectly, but the benefit will be direct. Bhakti yoga. At the same time, other people will be exposed to Krishna. They will know Krishna. They are actually saving other souls, helping to save other souls. These are actually the proper way how to handle money. And you're not just cleaning it. You are actually performing Bhakti Yoga. So it doesn't mean a monk can only perform Bhakti Yoga or help in charity, receive and give charity. Even people living outside working, that's how they will need to use money. Si Krishna, sinabi niya kagad kay Satyajit, you offer to Ugrasena. So it can be used in a bigger way in the charity. Later on, sabi niya rin, you kept it in the temple as you first make it made arrangements. I designated it there para mas maraming mag-benefit. At the same time, relevant to us, we could use our money. Not all of it. We have to maintain the balance of material life, this body, our relatives, our loved ones, our business and all. Hindi mo kailangang iwanan yon. But percentage of it, you should use instead of just impulsive buying or using it in um, making one intoxicated with material things. You can use it to help spread Krishna consciousness. You can buy a book, give it to others. You can help spreading of the Bhakti Yoga. You can buy your food and offer it to your altar and make a prasadam, distribute it to your family, honor it, or even distribute it outside. You're spreading Krishna to others. You're bringing Lakshmi to Krishna. And when you bring Lakshmi to Krishna, Krishna will be so pleased. Lagi siya nape-please because you are doing a service to him. Just like Jambavan. It was his desire, Krishna's desire to fight. But this one, we should be giving Krishna yung Lakshmi. And it will benefit us much more. The more you give to Krishna, the more love you give to others, the more you will get Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is mentioned, a person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the supreme lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. Kasi, sa kanya galing lahat. He can give it easily to us as well. Supply us everything. But when one becomes intoxicated with it, he can easily remove it temporarily or permanently for us to realize something. So if you have it, use it wise. Don't be intoxicated or empowered by it. Rather, be Krishna conscious na kung ano yung meron ka, use it for Krishna. Kung wala ka rin nun, um, work for it, use it for Krishna, or maybe it's Krishna's arrangement. He will provide, He will protect. So if you have it, be much more Krishna conscious, be much more responsible. That's how Krishna is so meticulous. He doesn't want actually for us to be far away from Him. And we're praying for it in different practices. We want to be closer. If this money, dollar bills, is the hindrance, is Krishna, you can easily remove it. So that will answer our guide questions. How important is money in our lives? We should use it to maintain um, this body, of course, much better. And the best is prasada to maintain and to protect our family, ourselves as well. Diba? And to make it much more easier for us to practice spiritual life. To have time para mag-practice tayo ng spirituality natin. Not to have the money to have lesser time to practice spiritual life. So, hindi siya baliktad. We need to learn how to balance it. You can use money for spiritual life. Not use money or be used by money. We will use the money for spiritual life by bringing it to Krishna. Where does money came from? It came from Krishna himself. Siya mismo yun. His energy. And where does it go? It goes back to Krishna. If you have money, what to do now? Diba? Make it your instrument, your weapon para mas maging Krishna conscious. Kasi it's not cream. It doesn't happen this way. Cash rules everything around me. In a sense, it can rule you. Maya can rule you. But we want to be cream with the letter K. For Krishna to rules everything around me. Be much more Krishna conscious if you have money or if you don't have money. If you have, be much more responsible. To be much more Krishna conscious. So thank you very much, my dear ones, my Prabhus and Matajis. I'm seeing questions already. Pero picture muna tayo habang um, bago natin sagutin yung questions. Yan. Baka kasi yung iba kailangan na magpakain. Kailangan na mag-alaga. Antayin natin yung ibang may picture. Ay, may mag-on, turn on ng cameras. Yes. Tuloy-tuloy ang session ni Ron, ah. Walang makakapigil na may tattoo session o wala. Kailangan umatin ng class. Yan. Thank you very much. Antayin ko lang lumabas si Raymond dito. Nagilag pa siya. Hare Krishna. So, smile time, everyone. Count of 3. And 1, 2, 3. One more. Thank you very much. Maraming salamat. Jinky Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mike Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Rolly Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mark
Krishna.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna. John Mataji. Raymond Prabhu. Trina Mataji. And Ron Prabhu. Hare Krishna. If you want to stay, you can. I'll be here to answer questions. But if you need to do something, please do so. Pakainin niyo na yung mga alaga niyo dyan. Baka magtampo sila. Puro ka Hare Krishna, mama. Hindi mo na ako pinapakain. May question si Jonah. Is cleaning a form of undoing in psychology? Could you expand that more with regards sa psychology na undoing sa psychology?
And undoing is when you are releasing that guilt feeling over something you've done wrong by doing something good. Like in politicians earning money from, ano bang tawag doon? Wala siguro better way to say it. But pangungurakot. Then they would
By
build,
donating lang.
help build church, donating. It's to release that guilt feeling.
Yes. Actually, wonderful question. And that's how people are doing it. They feel that they are being like Robin Hood. 'Di ba? Oh, tutulong naman ako sa mga nakakarami kaya i-rob ko na 'tong bangko na 'to. Gagamitin ko naman 'to sa yung kalahati nito do-donate ko sa temple. So hindi doesn't that's the materialistic way of thinking. And yes, ganun yung ginagawa nila. 'Di ba? Yung time ni Prabhupada, nagugulat nila yung mga tao doon, nag-donate ng mga attache case ng pera. Because they know. They know. Until now, ganun yung nangyayari. They will donate Indians, Chinese, Africans, yung mga may deeply rooted na culture. They do that. Even those, tignan niyo yung mga top na mga wealthiest person sa buong mundo. May mga charity sila. Bukod sa nililinis nila yung pera nila sa tax. Alam ni Trina yun. Nililinis nila yung pera nila sa tax. Nililinis nila yung pera for that karma. Diba? Kino-cover din nila yung sarili nila sa media na mabait silang person because of that some other corruption. So that's still materialistic way. It's better than not doing it. Diba? But it's still material. You will gain good karma. And bad karma as well. So, next life, ikot-ikot ka lang. No ka pa rin. Dito ka pa rin. Yeah. So, hindi siya basta-basta, yeah, you can clean it, portion of it. So, kaya nagkaroon nangyayari. So, that's why us, monks, brahmacharis, brahmanas, and all, what we do is, some donation came to us, we don't use it personally. We don't need to own anything actually. It's gonna go to the temple. Because we will get those karmas. Much more. Because a saintly person, mas may mali sila, mas grabe yung karma nun. So, it goes direct to the temple. And then, pag dumating na kay Krishna yon, hindi mo na kailangan ilinisin. Automatic na yon. Bumalik si Lakshmi kay Krishna eh. Then, it will be used for Krishna consciousness. To spread Krishna consciousness. That's the best actually. To serve the devotees. To spread Krishna consciousness. To give in the form ng mga prasadam distribution or giving the books, printing out books, 'di ba? Selling it back para umikot or lectures, the Zoom and all. So everything goes. Ayun yung not just cleaning, it is making it spiritual. Spiritualizing money. So even na ikaw yung nag-donate ng money, may benefit ka matindi doon. You're not doing puja sa loob ng altar. You're receiving the same benefit dung priest dun sa altar na yun. Because you sponsored yung in-offer kay Krishna. Actually, with hindi naman natin talaga sponsor kasi parang hiniram lang natin siya eh. Binabalik lang natin. Krishna owns everything. Diba? The flowers. Baka tumubo yung flowers na yun. Kanino sun source yung sun, baka tumubo yung gulay na yun, yung ulan. Diba? It's all coming from him. You're just offering it back to him. Kung nakikita niyo yung mga video sa Ganges, ino-offer nila sa sun. Kumukuha sila ng tubig, ino-offer nila sa sun or ino-offer nila sa Ganges. Yung tubig din. Galing doon. Same thing. Yung money, si Krishna rin naman yung ano lang siya. Krishna is just so merciful na He let us be an instrument to perform devotional service. You can do it everything. Diba? Lahat yung spread of Krishna consciousness. Pwede naman yung one click. Diba? Devotee lahat, mas maraming makikita or mas maraming mabuti lahat. He's just giving us a chance to perform devotional service. And that's what we're looking for. Ba tayo nagka-chant? Oh, energy of God, Srimati Radharani, or the reservoir of all pleasure, Lord Ram, all attractive one, please engage me in your loving devotional service. So yes, to answer, ayun yung parang undoing sa psychology to remove the guilt. Pero hindi mo remove yung karma doon. Just the guilt. Diba? Pag, diba, alam mo yung mga toxic relationship, pag-aaway na matindi, pero grabe yung honeymoon stage, mag-sorry. Daming gifts, ano, tapos alam mo yun, abusive words, ano, tapos. So parang ganoon lang yung, parang ganoon lang nangyayari. They will exploit the earth, they will exploit the animals, they will exploit the nature. Tapos mag-donate ako ng solar panel. So, same. So the better pa rin is be Krishna conscious. Make a way how to perform devotional service. That's how we use money because Krishna rules everything around me. If not, the money will overpower us. Marami nakaka-experience niyan, boy rockstar, humble beginning and all. Then when they have money, andyan na yung alcohol, drugs, andyan na yung women, andyan na yung, everything goes because of the money. Hindi lahat kaya lumagpas doon. So we just pray to Krishna na whatever happens, we remember Him. May pera o wala, na malala natin siya palagi. But it doesn't mean na hindi ka na magsisipag mag-work. You have to lovingly offer it to Krishna. You have to do everything. Much more than those materialistic person. Kasi you have a deeper reason to do so. You're not just doing it for your sense gratification or to buy materialistic things. Now, much more deeper na yung reason. Para kay Krishna to. And in that way, you'll become Krishna conscious person. Kasi lahat ng gawin mo, Krishna conscious ka. So, hindi ka mag-worry sa family mo. You can think of Krishna much more kasi you can support them. Diba? You're doing devotional service. So, in this way, maging much more Krishna conscious ka. It's not an excuse to be lazy or to escape from responsibilities. Rather, it's an inspiration to be much more masipag, much more conscious, lovingly paano gagawin yan. Huwag lang tayo masisilaw pag nandyan na. Thank you very much for your wonderful question, Jonah. It's very practical. And yeah, ngayon ko lang narinig yung undoing sa psychology. Basically, yun yung nila. Thank you very much. So if you have more questions, please do so. If wala naman, meron pa ba? Thank you and I hope and I'm praying and begging for your blessings that all the things that we've discussed tonight, please bless me that I could apply it as well. I could serve you more and serve other devotees or different souls. Next Monday will be the start of the third batch. If you have friends who wants to Do you think would benefit from this one? Please invite them. Or not, please join at least the first day. Same password, same ID. Just to welcome the new batch. I think nasa 50 plus na yung nag-register. So, join me as we welcome them. And please pray na maging mas successful yung ating pag-share kay Krishna to others. And for more people to know Krishna better. So their lives will be much more spiritual. So I'm humbled and honored palagi with your presence. Maraming salamat. And kita-kita tayo bukas if you have time, 5:30 to 7 p.m. 7 a.m., sorry. To secure your japa. Let's chant. And pupunta pala ako Manila bukas. Yan. So let me know kung anong, if I could pass you by or not. I'll just do some errands. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, my dear Prabhus and dear Matajis. Please finish your rounds if you're not yet finished. Read your books. And always remember, Krishna never forgets. Isang high five para sa pagiging Krishna conscious natin. So Krishna rules everything around me.